Happy Sunday! Today we're going to sing two songs again, Do Lord, and the second verse is I Took Jesus as My Savior. Just sing along with us.
I've got a home in glory land that I shine to sun. I've got a home in glory land that I shine to sun. I've got a home in glory land that I shine to sun. Way beyond the blue.
Do Lord,
Do Lord, oh do Lord, oh do remember me. Do Lord, oh do Lord, oh do remember me. Do Lord, oh do Lord, oh do remember me. Way beyond the blue.
I took Jesus.
I took Jesus as my Savior, you take him too. I took Jesus as my Savior, you take him too. I took Jesus as my Savior, you take him too. Way beyond the blue.
Sing it out.
Do Lord, oh do remember me. Do Lord, oh do remember me. Do Lord, oh do remember me. Way beyond the blue.
God is good all the time.
God is good all the time. Put a song of praise in this heart of mine. God is good all the time. Through the darkest night, His light will shine. God is good. He's so good all the time.
One more time.
God is good all the time. Put a song of praise in this heart of mine. God is good all the time. Through the darkest night, His light will shine. God is good. He's so good all the time.
Good singing, guys. So today we decided to do something a little different, and we're going to be going outside today to do our object lesson and also to do our craft. So come along with me as we go outside. This way, guys. You guys notice kind of where we're at? We're in the back in the activity room. And here we're going to go outside.
Okay. Does this look a little familiar? I thought maybe when we came out here for Christmas, that would bring back a good memory to you. Okay, today we are going to talk about a man named Solomon. You should have seen that in the video that I gave to you on your phone. Now, Solomon was a very unique man. Sometimes you can hear about him even though he lived thousands of years ago, but he was very famous for being wealthy, and he was also very famous for having wisdom. That's what I want to focus on today. So, here we go. When I think of Solomon and how, what I want you guys to learn today, I want to think about wishes, okay? And if someone came to you and said, I'll give you anything that you wish for, what would we wish for? I don't know. Maybe lots of money, some special toy that's super expensive and we can't get it, or you might wish for like someone that you don't like, maybe that bullies you, and you say, I wish God would make them maybe feel some pain themselves. I don't know. But now, here's what I want you guys to understand. Today, God came to Solomon in a dream, and it was kind of similar to that, but here's the big difference. When we talk about anything in the Bible, these things are true. Even though God does some amazing things, and it can almost seem magical, it's really not. God has that much power. So, what can we learn from Solomon? Let's think, okay? Because God came to him in a dream and he says, Solomon, I'll give you anything that you want. And Solomon was kind of young they say, I was reading today, he was around 15, between 15 and 20, and his dad was King David, the one that killed Goliath. Remember King David? And God, he loved God, and he taught Solomon to love God also. So when Solomon was to become king, God asked him, said, what would you wish that I would give you? And he really meant it. And Solomon thought about it. He says, I want to be wise, because he was going to become king and he was going to be a ruler. But he said, I am so young, I feel like I need wisdom. Okay? So when God heard that, he was very pleased with Solomon, and he gave him even greater things beyond what he could imagine. So what I want you guys to think about now, how would that relate to us? Okay? I don't know, someday you could be in maybe a high position, or you can do a lot of things, but I would not feel like I'd probably be a king or a queen. So you think, how can I relate this to where we live today? So here's what I want to take you guys to take away. I want you to take what Solomon said, and in 1 Kings chapter 3 verse 9, I'll paraphrase it for you guys, but when he asked for wisdom, he said, give me an understanding heart, and also help me to know the difference between good and bad. Okay? And I think what we could take away and learn from Solomon in his life is that, how do we make good choices? Okay? So here's what I want you guys to think about. Let's think, okay, how do we make good choices? How do we use wisdom maybe when things come up? And you say, okay, maybe when it's difficult, like someone comes up to you and there's a lot of pressure to do the wrong thing. How do you do the right thing? Okay, maybe someone tries to get you to use drugs, or to maybe skip school, or to lie, and it's really hard because there's a lot of pressure on you. Here's what I want you guys to think about. The one thing I want you to learn is, once you ask Jesus into your heart and you ask him to save you from your sin, then you need to realize that God is with you all the time. And that's what I wanted you, that's why I chose that song today. I wanted you to realize, even though you might feel pressure and you might feel alone, you are never alone. Once you have Jesus in your heart, you are never alone. And so what you guys need to do is, maybe in the moment that you make a good choice with God's help, because he is with you, you need to realize that it might be difficult in the moment, but in the long run you will be very happy. So here's what I wanted to give you guys something to maybe connect it to. And when I say, a lot of times we'll call a lesson an object lesson. Well, here's the object that I have for you today. Okay, once you ask Jesus into your heart, you are considered a Christian. Here's what I brought today. Here's my object. Okay? You see this? I have a reflector in the front on my handlebars and in the back on here. What is a reflector for? Okay? It's for when a car comes, that they will see something kind of catches their eye, and it's like a light almost, but it's really not a light. When you think about it, it's not a light, but it reflects, okay? And so when we have Jesus in our heart, we are considered a Christian, and we are to reflect Jesus in our lives, okay? And so that's where you kind of realize, okay, I'm not alone. Jesus is always with me. So when I make the right choice, Jesus will be there to help me, even when we're not there. So I want you guys to think about that. So when you think about, maybe you're out riding your bike. Now, a reflector is Even though it looks like a light, it is not real light. And here's another connection that might help you, is we are not the light as far as God and spiritually, but God is the light, and when He is in your heart, He shines forth out of you, okay? So, think of reflector. We reflect Christ, Lord Jesus. Christ is Jesus, and we reflect Him every day. So when I think about this, I think you might think, okay, Mrs. Hopper, you have been a Christian and that's easy for you to do, but maybe not me. But I'm going to tell you one story of a girl that was she came to Sunday school just like you did, and she would get in trouble on the bus, but she chose to ask Jesus into her heart when she was a little girl, and she used to get in a lot of trouble all the time. But once she asked Jesus into her heart, she was able to do that. Okay? And then someday as you get older, you will realize, okay, I've been a Christian a long time. God has been with me. So think about that. How can we reflect God's love? You ask Him into your heart, okay? Kelsey is going to show you a craft, and it has to connect with King Solomon.
Hey guys, so there's two different little crafts that you can do today. So in your folder you should have a packet right here, and what that has is you have 3 pages, but I'm going to use the first 2 to show you what you guys can create. What it does is tell the story of Solomon. So I already finished this one ahead of time, and this is how you do it. So what I did was take this first page right here, and then you take this second page and put it on top, and it says glue here and glue here, just as easy as that. And I glued it right here, and you cut the lines, and it tells the story of Solomon as you unfold all of them. There we go. And also go ahead and color your picture as well. Okay, so that's the first one. The second one is my crown. You're gonna have 2 pieces of paper, a blue and a pink one. I went ahead and did the blue one, and then I started coloring. And so what you're gonna do is cut it out. Then once you cut it out, you'll see the 2 strips that are cut out. You're gonna staple it. I just went ahead and just, colored a bunch of different random shapes. Here we go. Staple one side, then the second. Once that is done, you're gonna go ahead and put it up here and try to find where it will fit your head, and you're gonna staple it right here, but make sure you take it off. And then you're gonna staple it on here just like that. And also something you can add, you can color, and then you can also add some feathers that we have, some little diamond things. So let me go ahead and just add a feather on here. Take the glue out. Let's see. See if the glue is even open. Yep. Let's see. Okay, it's open. It's working. There we go. We'll take the glue there. Put a little feather right there. And then I'll go ahead and put one more feather. And then I'll just wait on the diamonds for now. See? Just like that. And just be creative. Do it as much as you want or as little as you guys like. And you're done. So Mom is going to go ahead and lead us in a prayer. And we're done for today's lesson.
Okay. Here's one thing we can connect to our lesson also is pray for our governors to have wisdom, and so hopefully we can be able to open up Sunday school again and meet sometime before too long. Okay, thank you, Jesus, for your understanding to each one of us. Thank you that if we only ask, that you're able to give us what we need. Help us to have a heart that is turned towards you. We love you. We thank you for all that you've done. Thank you for keeping us safe this far and keeping us well. and help us to, when we come back next week again. However it happens, we know that you know, and you know where we are, and we love you. Amen. Okay, guys.
See you guys.
Hopefully we'll see you. We'll bring the pack soon. Okay? Bye.
Bye.